put it down, I'm not your maid, and I try to say that you're fine, but if you don't want to follow, I know what I can do. The other reason, whether the code enforcement is doing around the presidential lake empty homes, Mr. Administrator? Anything is going on there or what? I want to know. I walk every day and I see all the houses empty. Mr. Gonzalez, can I ask you in Spanish? You cannot answer me in English?
Ms. Phillips?
Yes.
Can we not do that?
I know. If anything, I know you're not allowed, but guess what? All of us, if we take it, any officer, the least we can learn 3 or 4 languages in Spanish, okay? I live in this country, guess what? I gotta learn your language. When I get educated, I gotta learn it. Okay.
See.
Okay. That he's going to do anything about those houses empty in Presidential Lake. I'm concerned about mine, the one is borderline with my property, okay? Anything you can tell me, you can ask the man in there, he may answer you.
You're asking about the...
Yes,
empty...
200 New Hampshire Road, yes, in Presidential Lake.
It's empty. Can we check to see if that's registered on the vacant house ordinance? It is registered.
Oh, we know it's registered. We don't have no problem with that. Okay, now, my last thing where I leave from here, I don't see no engineers on that side. I don't see nothing in there. Now, I'm going to bring it to you, this last question. According to this book where Mr. Mayor sent to the residents, to some residents, he said that we have 14 drainage projects planned for 2015. The drainage on Tennessee Trail are in my list or not? Can he answer me that?
Yeah, is Tennessee Trail on that list?
As we have answered on several occasions in the past several months, the answer is still yes.
Yes. Do we have a roundabout time frame when that will be taken care of? Tennessee Trail?
I don't have a time frame. It is on the list, and we're expected to complete all of the drainage projects in 2015 that are on that list.
We're working through the list, Ms. Phillips.
Okay, I want you to tell him also and tell the mayor that all the garbage they left in my property when they were building that road halfway, I don't want to use the word where I like to use it, okay? I rake every single garbage for my property to the road in there. And they can come with a truck because they got brand new trucks and they can come and sweep it up because I have a brand new lawnmower, I have a brand new tractor. The township didn't pay for my tractor or my lawnmower. They throw the garbage in there and guess what? Remain in there until somebody fall in there, go look for the mayor. And thank you. And I just hope that I hear some answer about that 200 New Hampshire Road house next time, okay? Have a good night and safe trip home, everybody.
Thank you, Ms. Phillips.
Be nice to everybody.
Hello, Ms. Wadsworth.
Wadsworth is in the house.
Claire Wadsworth, Browns Mills. You're going to fall over again, Sherry. I agree with you.
I'm holding on.
That makes 2 in a row.
Oh, my
Okay, but this administration does not communicate with you. I feel your pain because they don't communicate with the public either. However, you do have the ability to possibly make that happen. And this is a suggestion or an example of how you can make this happen. You passed 2 ordinances tonight. You could have said to the mayor, we want more information or we're not passing the ordinance. there's your power. Simple and sweet, that's all I'm saying. Miss Finney,
Takes 3.
I'd like to thank you for being the only one tonight that listened to the public. The rest of you sat here and said you heard the public, but you didn't listen. No one that came up here tonight were happy about either of these ordinances. Some of them said, wait, please wait, get more information. Some flat out said, in their opinion, it wasn't a good move. Yet you passed it anyway. This is a perfect sampling of people that voted for you. Maybe not everybody. Maybe that's why they didn't vote for you, because you don't listen. You sit and say you hear us, but you don't listen. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Thank you and have a good night.
Thank you.
Council President, all due respect, please, maybe I missed it. I haven't been myself all week. I had same-day surgery on Monday. But did we omit the new business purchase over 2,000 social affair permit and so on? Did we omit?
Under the consent agenda.
That got approved. There's an asterisk.
But don't we discuss the, don't we?
No, they're under consent agenda unless they're...
I do understand that. But we don't have a hearing from the public anymore?
No, those are on parade permits, not public.
All right, well, let me just take this back. Social fair permit, I'm taking my, Andy, and I want you to make sure that I'm doing this right. I'm abstaining on B1 and 2. I am a member of the American Legion. I don't want nobody coming back here saying that she took that vote and she shouldn't have did that. Andy, would you tell me my rights? Comment, Andy.
Yeah, I mean, if it was pulled, I guess you could have pulled it to ask for a vote separately, but...
I guess I could have, but it bypassed me.
Amy can, I guess, note your changed vote on the subject.
My question to you, Andy, am I in trouble? That's all I asked you.
Well, you're changing your vote.
Trouble.
It seems that you inadvertently voted on it and didn't realize it.
Okay.
So, and you're attempting to fix it, so I think...
I'm just a member of it. I mean, the American
Right.
Legion Post, so...
Well, if you felt that, if you feel that somehow precludes you from honestly considering it as a council member, then you should have recused yourself, and/or if you somehow personally benefited from from these permits that were issued, then you should have recused yourself.
No, I'm
But
benefited.
if you don't, it doesn't sound like those two situations are the case.
No.
Then you're.
They'll be
attempting to-
benefiting from my money. Thank you.
Attempting to fix the situation.
Okay. You made a mistake and gave me 2 of these reports.
Jason
Counsel.
got another hand up over
Mr.
there.
Tamza.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mr. Tam?
I thought we were finished.
Oh, almost.
Sorry, Mr. Tam.
Yeah, that's these.
The mayor's newsletter that was sent out, was that in the budget?
Yes.
Yes, and we approved it a few meetings ago.
How much was it?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but we paid for the postage also. That might have been where I got the 6,000 from. It might have been $6,000 as opposed to 6,000 people.
That's mailing everything?
Council, does anyone else remember off the top of their head?
I believe so,
Seems
but
about right.
Okay. Did the council was able to review it before it was sent out?
No.
We did not see the newsletter. It came from the rec department, which it has the last couple of years.
Don't we have a council that has any authority or anything?
We approved the purchase of the
Don't you?
newsletter.
But this is representing the town. This went out all over the place representing Pemberton Township. That means you.
Mr. Tam, did it have anything else, thing in there about the positive of the council or anything of the council? I didn't get to read it all. I kind of like I said. It did say about the council?
Got council names on it only.
No, I mean, you know, the council...
No,
appro-
no, no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. something like that, you're part of the government here. You're supposed to be. You just don't sit here and have a title. You have a job to do. You have authority. You have authority. Use it. You don't even know how much it costs. You don't even know what's in it or who put it in it. You don't know if the facts in there are correct or not, but it reflects on you because you represent the town people.
Yes, it does.
This is insane almost. Do you know you also have investigative powers too? Right, Mr. Bear? The council could investigate. They even have subpoena powers also.
We've discussed that with council before, Mr. Tam, yes.
Right. I mean, do your job. Do your job here. It's to represent the people, to give an image to the town.
Mike, I didn't even know the letter was going out until it came in my mail.
Read it. You don't think you...
I didn't even know it was going out. I would have at least called council president and said, could you put something in there? We voted all together to support Shannon Sawyer.
I think you ought to take a look at it. Read it. I think anything goes out like that that represents the town, the council should have a preview of it beforehand. They should have some input into it too. They should be part of it.
Absolutely.
It should also have comments from the council in there.
Absolutely.
Dennis, were there comments, was the council allowed to make comments in the previous newsletters? Was the council allowed to make comments in the previous newsletters? Was that something?
The newsletters just provide information about the things that have been going on with the township government, and when certain events are, and it's a calendar. It's done every year.
Who did it? The recreation department?
Recreation department does it. There are times when I look at it to edit it to make sure that the grammar is correct and that sort of thing. All of the departments are asked to provide information that goes into it. It's an informational piece that we send to our residents. It's okay.
Just because it didn't happen in the past, Lisa, doesn't mean that it's not something that could happen or should be happening, because, you know, council could be asked if there's anything in the township they want to see highlighted as well. And it's just continuous of there is no communication.
But usually, it's like, even with this newsletter, usually isn't that how it is? Like, if a newsletter is released and we see something that we'd like to address or change or suggestion, then we could go back to administration and
It's
say,
a little
hey,
late once it's out there, Mr.
but this is an
President.
annual thing. It came out last year, and I remember our names being... In fact, there were so many extra copies right outside the door, and I remember seeing my name because I was saying, oh, this is neat. I'll put it up for, you know, in my memorabilia box. But
Right.
now that we see this is something that, you know, we could go to administration and request for next year, because this is something that's been done each year since I've been on council, I believe.
Well, Jason, can we get maybe a heads up before we go out next time, please? You know, I know we have. You know, we get one from the county, and, you know, they talk about, you know, what they did, freeholders did, and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Rhonda. You know, can we do that, please? I mean, it won't hurt. I don't remember from day to day, more or less year to year.
I'm
sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I'm telling you, mine is going to be really short and sweet, because I'm about to get up out of here. But here it is, almost 10:25, and to be honest, you know, this is so new to me, and like I said, the gentleman who was sitting over in the corner explained, you know, so it was really more informational than anything. But I just want to make sure I get a clear picture on how this whole system works. So even if 100 people from the community were in, even though it seems like it's always about 10 or 20, 100 people came in this room, really the bottom line is the panel here is really for all of you guys to agree on passing something or not passing something. So my observation is you come in already with your mind kind of set, and it's really for each other to convince each other to change your mind. And then, Miss Cindy, you know, at one point you say, you know, you kind of came in here but you changed your mind, because if everybody in here had a vote, then the ordinance would have never passed tonight. I'm not saying a week from now, 2 weeks from now. All I said was, you know, even if there's any disagreement, if it's not unanimous, then why can't you just wait? Why do you have to rush and make a decision? And so that's my only thing. I feel like it's almost a waste of my time. And if I'm trying to get the community to come out and be supportive and really come out, because your voice matters, and what you feel makes a difference. But really, it doesn't seem like it does. It really does come down to the panel is going to make the final decision. You're going to listen, and you'll listen till 10, 11 o'clock. But in the end, you guys already really make up your mind what you're going to do. And the voice of the community really doesn't make a difference.
There are times it does.
But I mean, and Letha, you and I spoke about how in order for change to come about, you have to get the community involved.
Yeah,
and if I put a
absolutely.
blast to Facebook after my experience tonight, especially my age, we're busy. Who wants to sit around here till 10 o'clock at night when I have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work? But if you feel like it's worth your time, then you can get people to come out. But if you really don't feel like it's worth your time and all you're going to do is just talk all night long and ultimately what you want doesn't matter. So I'm going to leave it with, I hope all you guys can get along better, communicate better.
We get
do
along
whatever
well.
Yeah, I'm not saying on that,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying. But communicate better, be more responsive to when people have questions, and get back to,
Yes.
get definitive answers to people's questions.
Right.
And to, just good luck, because I probably won't be here anytime soon.
Oh, come back, Miss Rhonda.
Clears Mr. Petronas.
Claire was up already.
Thank you, Rhonda.
After the runaround I got
Miss
on the
Sims.
2 ordinances, I was so disgusted that I wasn't going to say anything more, but I think after hearing this lady, another comment is to the point. First of all, what the answer from administration was on why you won't reveal the secret plan is a runaround. I was going to use another term, but I won't. If you buy those 3 properties, then the contiguous property owners, regardless of whether you tell them or you don't tell them, those contiguous property owners are already calculating how much more that increases their property value when you come to them, because you've already told them that you're going to come to them. You just won't tell us who they are. I'm sorry. That's enough of that. But Mrs. Stinney, you deserve to be thanked in public. I thank you privately. You deserve to be thanked in public for the stand you took.
Thank you, sir.
Seeing no other public comments, council member comments?
Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. Thank you for helping me make my decisions. I would not be able to make the decisions that I make if it wasn't for listening to the concerns that my residents and for those that came out to support me. So I thank you again. I continue to ask you to address the administration in setting up committees together. This should not be you talk about the change form of government. I don't know if we change the form of government. Andy, let me ask you that question. We heard that there was a couple things that you could change the form of government, get it on the agenda with 10%, or have the council to change the, all come together and change the form of government. Something has to be done. We cannot continue to go on and not get the answers and go on and on and on. And the people who needs to speak, they need to go to the polls. I hear that they put the mayor in. I see that they put the mayor in. But the people need to speak. If we see this much discourse, I never felt that I wanted to move out of this town. I thought I would be here for the rest of my life. My son came out of Dell State, brought his family back up here, raising his kids, going to our public schools, and they want to move. I'm saddened about that. I really am truly saddened. So, Andy, would you check that out for me? I just would like to know, just from my heart, no darts thrown at administration or anything like that, because I don't want nobody coming back at me. Or frankly, I don't care if you do or not. But would you check that out for me, Andy, please? The 2, if it's true, the 2 the way to change the form of government. Please, I appreciate it. Thank you.
I just want to say thank everyone for coming out, and May 16th, just to alert, it's the Burlington County College's graduation, and around 10 a.m. there's always a lot of traffic, so just as an FYI, but everyone enjoy the rest of the week, and we just keep enjoying this weather outside.
Who's the, would you happen to know the
May
keynote?
16th.
No, would you happen to know the keynote speaker for this year?
No, I haven't gotten that yet.
Oh.
I'm still trying to keep,
Anyone else?
Yes, I just want to mention that the MUA had another successful audit with no recommendations for like the 25th year in a row through 6 different audit firms. So just thought as the liaison, I would report that. We had a very successful senior citizens prom on April 22nd. Again, over 100 and some of our senior citizens. The kids from the high school were absolutely awesome. It was Oscars was the theme this year. It was just a phenomenal event. The bakery baked the desserts. Horticulture did the flowers. FBLA and Y kids were there to serve and dance with the seniors. Everybody had a terrific time, so once again, I was a little saddened because it's the last prom I'll be throwing, but I can tell you that my replacement will also be putting in for the grant in the future, because she was there and was really impressed with how the generations interacted with each other. Well, we have somebody running unopposed because this is such a hot job, everybody wants it.
You're retiring, Miss Cole?
I'm retiring.
Where are you coming up here to the municipal building and work every day?
I'm going to sit right in that office over there 6-7 hours a day and see if I can get things straightened out. Anyhow, also Officer Sawyer, I don't think it makes a bit of difference whether we follow resolution. We voted to support Officer Sawyer.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. I also want to thank the community and the people that came out there this evening, for having a stand and taking a stand about something of that importance. I know it's very discouraging to all of us sometimes to feel that we are without power. We do have some authority, but not a whole lot, and it's very difficult for us to understand. I know why the community doesn't understand it. It's just not right, not fair. Nowhere in this United States of America do they elect one person to just run the whole show. There's 6 people elected here. They expect us all to work together and communicate. Everybody knows that's not happening and hasn't happened in the last 2.5 years, and that's really sad for our community. However, I will tell you, yes, people come out and talk, and I, as somebody who has packed an auditorium and had everybody stand up in support of one issue, does not guarantee that the elected officials are going to vote the right way that you think. They may have a different attitude. And when you elect people, you're electing them to vote. You're electing them to do and maybe we're not the people you voted for. I know most of you sitting here didn't vote for us, and that's fine. There have been times, and I've said it before, there were other council and a mayor that I didn't vote for. And I was at the meetings. Still, Mr. Graff and I would be at the meetings. Nobody else as constant as we were. But I didn't come here just to complain and tell you what you should do all the time. I came here in an effort to help. And that's how I got involved and got appointed to the Veterans Memorial Committee and to TAG and what have you. We're not always going to agree. But this council is the one with the authority to vote the way we feel is best for the community. And no, we're not always going to agree with each other, and that's fine too. But we will vote for how we think and what we think is best for the community. And for every 25 of you that come here and tell us no, there's 25 other people out in the community that would have told us yes. So every decision we make and every decision any elected official makes is always wrong before you get started. There are people that are going to tell you no, you did the wrong thing. There are people that are going to tell you yes, you did the right thing. And one of the reasons I've survived for so long in elected positions, because I was elected 12 times in my day job, is because I do what's right and I feel what's right for the majority of the people. Not for what might be popular today or this evening, but what I have felt is right. And that's the way I vote on council. You don't have to agree with me, and that's fine. I respect your opinion. I respect your right to disagree with me. And with that, thank you all very much for coming out. And Andy, didn't we send you home with a couple of questions 2 meetings ago because you missed the last one? I thought maybe you missed it because you didn't want to come back and give us the answer to the questions.
No.
Ooh. So?
I'm not sure which one. No.
You don't remember what the questions were?
I'm
Amy?
sitting here now.
We got the minutes and we can remind him? I know,
I'll
it's
look into it.
10:30. Okay. We want answers next
From the
meeting, Andy.
From the meeting I attended or the meeting?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll look. I apologize if we didn't respond. I'll get back to you by next meeting.
All right, thanks.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out this evening. Thank you for your comments. Thank you to Ms. Skull's comments as well. I feel the way she feels. We are not always going to agree. You guys, presidents come up to the poll and we sit here, we listen, we get yelled at, we get accused, we get pointed at, the whole nine, and we have to sit here and we be respectful and listen. That's all I want from everybody else. Not to always agree with me, just sit here, be respectful the same way you guys want us to be respectful back to you and respect our decision. I did not say agree with our decisions, I said respect our decisions. I did have one question for Dennis. At one of the meetings a while ago, it was asked about the fencing around Country Lakes where the bridge is on Choctaw. And that's still, can we get an update on that? Because it is about to get nice bicycles.
Yeah, I will provide an update there. I've seen a number of possible designs that include fencing and stone and a variety of things to address the issue. Ultimately, we need to have it be practical so that it meets the purpose, but also we want it to be aesthetically pleasing as well. So we've been working with the engineers.
I
think that's
know
good.
Chris was here at the last meeting that they were allowed to attend and had promised he would check into that.
Yeah, I was at here when he mentioned that as well. He said he was going to look into that concern because I told him of Country Lakes area, and he said he would look into that and with the administration.
My other comment, which I already said before, but I will push as much as I can for Jack with those police officers having patrol. It is very, very important. Speeders, yes, but now, like you said, we got those little babies out there that do not look. So I will be on Mr. Gonzalez, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk to the chief and be on him as well, but I will push that and continue to push that. With that said, everybody have a good evening. Thank you all for your comments, and be safe.
I want to use my comment period just to ask Dennis a question. Where are we at with the chaplain issue? The last time, I think at the last meeting, Dave mentioned letters going out to all of the respective...
Letters have gone out to folks on a long list of persons who are ministers and or pastors in Pemberton Township. I believe the mayor has gotten at least 3, if not more than 3, letters of interest. So he will be taking a look at the letters of interest, and I think the plan is to convene a meeting of all of the individuals that have an interest and start the process of talking about what a chaplaincy can look like. We're also talking about possibly inviting the volunteer fire chaplain or chaplains as well, and having a broad discussion as to how we can create something that is much more comprehensive and available to not only police but to emergency services personnel generally, and perhaps to be available for other traumatic events that hopefully don't happen but can happen.
Was our last chaplain, did he receive a letter as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Jason, I have a question. Could you do me a favor, please? On the report, I believe that Dennis said that, somebody said, I'm tired now, they was on the canine dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ask, including that with the mayor, do they still, and I'm going to ask this question every meeting, because it's the mayor's decision to replace that canine dog, would you ask him, or does he plan on replacing the canine dog? Please.
Dennis, you heard Ms.
I heard the question. I will share the question with the mayor.
All right, thank you.
Council now will return to closed session. We are back. There is no formal action pursuant to closed session. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.